बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। लेसन प्लान नंबर 21 है, जिसका टाइटल है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ लाइफ। सबसे पहले इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को देख लेते हैं। उसमें सबसे पहले जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं। पॉइंट नंबर 1 है, इन दिस चैप्टर स्टूडेंट विल नाउ अबाउट द बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड लाइफ। Point number 2, they will come to know the basic unit of life, cell. They will come to know the first discovery and theory of cell. They will come to know first device by which the cell was discovered, light and compound microscope. They will learn and know how the life is involved from simpler to complex organism. ये थे इसके जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। अब देखते हैं इसके स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। द मेन पर्पस ऑफ दिस चैप्टर इज़ टू नाउ द ऑर्गेनिज्म, इट्स लाइफ एंड लाइफ प्रोसेसर, सेल, टिश्यू, ऑर्गन एंड ऑर्गन सिस्टम. To know the difference between animal and plant cell. To know the two types of cells. The difference between earlier cell to the existing cell. They will learn about the animal cell, its structure, function, cell organ, lies their discovery, and how they divide to make new cells from pre-existing cell. टीचिंग मेथडोलॉजी में ग्रामर ट्रांसलेशन मेथड है, पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन मेथड है, क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर टेक्निक है. द टीचर विल टीच द लेसन विद द हेल्प ऑफ मॉडल्स. एविएट्स के तौर पर राइटिंग बोर्ड, ब्लैक बोर्ड हो या वाइट बोर्ड हो, मार्कर्स, चाक, चार्ट्स, टेक्स्ट बुक्स, डस्टर, एविएट्स, पिक्चर्स, पेंसिल्स, कलर मार्कर्स. उसके बाद बारी आती है प्रीवियस नॉलेज की, कि प्रीवियस नॉलेज का जायज़ा किस तरह लिया जा सकता है. द टीचर विल आस्क द स्टूडेंट्स दैट हाउ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म आर ह्यूमन बॉडी इज़ फॉर्म टू मेक द चैप्टर इंटरेस्टिंग. नंबर 2, students should be asked about the device through which we can see the non-readable objectives, cell, by the help of microscope, electron microscope and compound microscope. Teachers should check the concept of students about plant and animals growth so that the students will try to know more about the chapter. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will tell the students about new chapter of cell, its structure and knowledge, so students will be active to learn function. Presentation. Teacher will present the chapter contents with the help of diagrams. Teacher will start the chapter from the easier topics with examples. Teacher will answer as students ask the confusing questions. Teacher will introduce the chapter contents as cell and its basic concepts. Tell the name of scientist who discovered the cell and all cell organella. It will give the clear concept of electron microscope and compound microscope. The teacher will tell the earlier discoveries of scientist theory of cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in cork cell. The teacher will tell about the main central part of cell, which is nucleus, which was discovered by Robert Brown in 1833. Teacher will make an easy way for students to remember some complex organella as Golgi bodies, which is named after the scientist Golgi who discovered it. Teacher will draw the diagram of complicated organelles like mitochondria, nuclear endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, bodies, centriole and vacuole, etc. Activity: the teacher will ask such questions that make the student to be active and can allow the student to go in biology laboratory to use the microscope and see the cells and organelles. लेक्चर के एंड पर मुअल्लिम बच्चों को होमवर्क देगा. होमवर्क: टीचर विल गिव अ होमवर्क to students to make list of all the cell organelles, function and names of scientists who discovered them. Teacher will give homework to students to make out the use of microscope in our daily life. यहाँ पर हमारा जो लेसन प्लान नंबर है 21 वो मुकम्मल हुआ. अब हम चलते हैं लेसन प्लान नंबर 22 की तरफ, जिसका टाइटल है वायरस बैक्टीरिया. उसके बारे में देख लेते हैं जी. क्लास 9th बायोलॉजी का टॉपिक. जर्नल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. विद द नॉलेज of this chapter, students will know about the microorganisms, their types, structures and their classification. After completion, students will know about cellular and acellular life. Students will be able to differentiate prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Specific objectives. Main purpose of the chapter is to make the students understand about virus and its internal structure, its mode of life, mode of reproduction, its life inside and outside of living organism. The main reason why virus is boundary line between cellular and acellular life. Student will come to know that such microorganisms like viruses and bacteria causes diseases in human and plants. Teaching methodology में grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. The teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models. aids के तौर पर हमारे पास हैं वाइट बोर्ड, markers, chalk, charts, textbooks, duster, aids, pictures, pencil, color markers. Previous knowledge. Teacher will ask the students about cellular and acellular life. Students should be asked about the diseases causing agents like virus and bacteria. Teacher will ask the students about microorganisms, their advantages and disadvantages. Teacher will ask the students about virus discovering in tobacco plant as unfilterable substance. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will tell about the topic as how the first time virus as discovered, which was smaller as compared to bacteria. How virus affect plants, animals and even bacteria, which was called as bacteriophage. How bacteria affect human in different stages of life, especially during childhood. Teacher will also ask how to be aware of such disease and ask its students now the basis of treatment. प्रेजेंटेशन के तौर पर हमारे पास प्रेजेंटेशन. In presentation, teacher will present the discovery of virus, how it was first discovered by. Why virus is called as a cellular organism. Teacher will tell about virus, that how it is obligate parasite, how virus affect bacteria and complete its life cycle into method. What is lytic life cycle and lysogenic life cycle? How HIV virus causes AIDS in humans. How bacteria causes typhoid fever and other diseases. एक्टिविटी की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. टीचर विल आस्क द स्टूडेंट्स टू डिस्कवर डिजीज़ फ्रॉम दे सफ़र ड्यूरिंग different stages of life. Teacher should draw a diagram of virus and bacteria to give the concept of their internal structure. Students should understand the precaution from such microorganisms which even can cause cancer, AIDS. Homework. Teacher should give a homework to students, as students should make a list of viral diseases and their treatment and list of bacterial diseases and treatment. Students should make internal structure of virus and bacteria and label it. Students should list out all virus and bacteria name with scientist name and discoveries. तो हमारा लेसन प्लान नंबर 22 भी मुकम्मल हुआ. अब हम चलते हैं लेसन प्लान नंबर 23 की तरफ. आज हमने लेसन प्लान नंबर 21 से लेकर 30 तक डिस्कस करने हैं. उम्मीद है कि आपको समझ आ रही होगी. नेक्स्ट जो हमारा टॉपिक है फंजाई एंड एलजी है. फंजाई एंड एलजी. जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. Students will be introduced to such microorganisms which are heterotrophic and have cell wall. They will know the position of fungi according to two kingdom system of classification as Telophata. They will come to know the main feature of fungi, its resemblance with animal and with plants. What is difference between the cell wall of fungi and plant? Specific objectives. The main purpose of this chapter is to know about the nature of mold produces on old bread, apple and oranges, which is actually some living microorganism with specific features. How algae shows resemblance with plants like autotrophs and have cellular in cell wall but different from fungi and have simple unicellular body. To know the classification of fungi like rufous and mushroom. Teaching methodology में grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. The teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models. Aviates, writing board, markers, chalk, charts, textbooks, duster, aviates, pictures, pencils, color marker. Previous knowledge. As they new chapter, students should ask about moldy bread, soft oranges, which is actually decomposed by fungi. Fungi are such microorganisms which are eukaryotic and heterotrophs like animals, but they are different from plants in having chitin in their cell wall instead of cellulose. Students will be given the information of internal body structure of fungi. How fungi are heterotrophic in their mode of life. How they absorb nutrients from dead organisms by releasing hormones on them. The teacher will tell about algae having some thallus body like fungi but different substance of cell wall which is cellular like plants. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce the new chapter about fungi. How fungi is useful for humans as penicillin, which is obtained from some specific fungi. How yeast are useful for making alcohol and brie. How fungi affect and spread different diseases in plants and animals. Presentation. To present the topic, teacher will make 4 columns as plants, animals, fungi, algae, and will differential among these all. The main difference between them is presence and absence of cell wall and nature of cell wall. Teacher will tell about algae, the body structure of Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Teacher will tell about some important feature of fungi, how they are absorptive mode of nutrition as they make fluffy mass of threads like structure called molds, which is seen growing on oranges and bread. 3 types of fungi on the basis of mode of nutrition: heterotrophic, saprotrophic, parasitic. Teacher will tell about classification and different groups like rhizopus and mushroom. Teacher will tell the method of reproduction in fungi by formation of spore. Activity. Teacher should give activity to students to make a chart in which they should differentiate plant, animals, algae and fungi on the basis of cell wall. Students should know the main difference between the cell wall of fungi, algae and plants. Students should know about antibiotic obtained by fungi known as penicillin. Students should list out the fungi which causes rust and smut. At the end of lecture, the teacher will give homework to the students. Homework. Teacher should give homework to students as making a list disease caused by fungi in plants and humans like rust and smut in plants and athlete's foot ringworms and histoplasmic in humans. Students should be asked about the harmful aspects of algae, how algae spoil the drinking water. Students should make diagram of fungi, especially of reproduction cycle of rhizopus, mushroom and label it parts. Students will make harmful fungi as poisonous mushroom which are called toadstool, amentia, called destroying algae or dead cap. तो हमारे यहाँ पर लेसन प्लान नंबर 23 भी मुकम्मल हुआ। अब हमारा है लेसन प्लान नंबर 24, उसको देख लेते हैं। सबसे पहले जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। इन दिस चैप्टर स्टूडेंट्स विल कम टू नो अबाउट मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ कॉर्डेट और वर्टिब्रेट्स, यानी वर्टिब्रेट्स के बारे में हमने पढ़ना है। द मेन कंसेप्ट ऑफ वर्टिब्रेट, बोन और बैकबोन। They will know the 3 following characteristics which are, यहाँ पॉइंट नंबर 1, 2, 3, 4 आप देख सकते हैं। हम चलते हैं इसके स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के बारे में देखते हैं। द मेन पर्पज़ ऑफ चैप्टर इज़ टू गेट द नॉलेज ऑफ वर्टिब्रेट्स, to know the classification of vertebrates on the basis of structure of vertebral bone, to know the 5 classes of vertebrates। टीचिंग मेथडोलॉजी में ग्रामर ट्रांसलेशन मेथड, पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन मेथड, क्वेश्चन आंसर टेक्निक। द टीचर विल टीच द लेसन विद द हेल्प ऑफ मॉडल्स। एविएट्स के तौर पर राइटिंग बोर्ड, ब्लैक या वाइट बोर्ड, मार्कर्स, चाक, चार्ट्स, टेक्स्ट बुक्स, डस्टर, एविएट्स, पिक्चर्स, पेंसिल, कलर मार्कर्स. Previous knowledge, teachers should ask from students about its difference between non-vertebrates and vertebrates. Teachers should tell the developmental stages of vertebrate, the embryo and larva stages. Teacher will write the classes of vertebrates, which includes class Pisces, class amphibians, class reptilian, class ever, class mammalian यानी mammals. Teacher will give clear difference between vertebrate which have the presence of vertebrate column. Teacher will tell the students about how in animals the vertebrates is replaced by a backbone or vertebral column. Teacher will tell the students about the main function of vertebral column, how it supports the body and acts as skeletal axis. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce the chapter names as vertebrates. Teacher will give well-defined concept of non-vertebrate and how vertebrates have specific characteristics which give more adaptable life to vertebrates. Teacher will give the basic concept of how the vertebrates are classified in 5 different classes. Teacher should give examples of how the 5 classes are different from each other. Presentation. Teacher should present the chapter by making 2 parts on board of differentiate the non-vertebrates and vertebrates. Teacher should write the embryonic development of vertebrates and the non-vertebrates. Teacher should write the classification of vertebrates as class, which include fishes and give the reference of their life, kind and environment. Teacher should tell the student about the class amphibians, how class amphibians can live both in water and on land, how their skin is used for gaseous exchange, example frog, salamander, etc. Teacher should give the concept of class reptilian, their living habitable for which they are terrestrial and called crawlers. Their body appearance with rough skin covered with scales. Teacher should tell the students about class areas which includes birds. Teacher should tell about different species which are more than 9,000 and distribution of birds and all around the world. Teacher should tell about 2 groups of birds which are as flying birds, running birds. Activity के तौर पर student will make list of the vertebrates and non-vertebrates. They will define all classes of vertebrates and non-vertebrates with examples. They will differentiate the main characteristics between vertebrates. Homework. Student will write the embryonic development of vertebrates. They will search for pouches, hollow dorsal nervous system. They will make list of different characteristics of all classes. They will search out for running and flying birds. They will differentiate between mammals like egg-laying mammals, pouched mammals, placental mammals. तो हमारा यहाँ पर लेसन प्लान नंबर जो 24 है वो भी मुकम्मल हो चुका है. अब हम चलते हैं लेसन प्लान नंबर 25 की तरफ. उसके सबसे पहले जो है जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को देख लेते हैं. General objectives में in this chapter students will come to know about food, main sources of food and importance of different nutrition. The students will come to know about how we get energy from food. They will know why food needed for cell activities. If any required nutrient is deficient in our body, which diseases can result. Specific objectives in the main purpose of this chapter is to know the human nutrition, sources of human nutrition, and the main component of food. To know the process of photosynthesis by which plant make food. To know about what is heterotrophic and autotrophic mode of life. To know the importance of mineral required for proper function in plants. To know about the human digestive system by which they get the energy of food. To know the order caused by deficiency of food and mineral. Teaching methodology में grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. The teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models. Aviates, writing board, white या blackboard, markers, chalk, charts, textbooks, duster, aviates, pictures, pencils, color markers. Previous knowledge को देख लेते हैं. Teacher will tell about how our body need energy for daily life work. How each cell is our body take out energy from the food we eat. How plants get food. How they convert inorganic substances like H2O and CO2 in the presence of sunlight and convert them to organic substances called carbohydrates. How minerals are important for plants. Teacher will tell about the size basic components of food. The basic information from us can know about our daily diet. The teacher will tell about the process of digestion in different organisms. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce the chapter name by writing it on board. Teacher will tell the students about different method of nutrition in animals. Teacher will tell students about how plants get food and the process by plants make their food. Teacher will tell about the disease caused by deficiency of food in human. Presentation. Teacher will present the chapter by introducing its name as food and nutrition. Teacher will tell the food making mechanism in plants called photosynthesis. Teacher will tell about the factors which affect the process, which include water, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, sunlight, temperature. Teacher will make them understand the process of light and dark reaction with the help of diagrams. Teacher will tell about nutrition in man, its important component like protein, carbohydrates, lipids, vitamins, mineral salt and water. Teacher will tell about different type of vitamins which are complex chemical compounds and why they are essential in our daily life. Teacher will tell about digestive system by which the energy is taken out for the use of cell. Which organs are involved in process of digestion and how they work. Activities. Students will make difference between heterotrophic and autotrophic mode of life. Student will make diagram of leaf and plant cell which are involved in photosynthesis. Students will discuss different organs involved in digestion. Homework. Students will make list of different type of plants board on the basis of nature as पेरिस्टिलिक प्लांट, ये आप देख सकते हैं पॉइंट नंबर 1, 2 और 3. नेक्स्ट है मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल इम्पोर्टेंट मिनरल्स रिक्वायर्ड फॉर प्लांट ग्रोथ. राइट द बेसिक यूनिट. कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स, lipids, vitamins and their function in our body. Essential vitamins like vitamin D, E, K, B12, etc. List out all the organs and their relative enzyme in digestion. तो हमारा लेसन प्लान नंबर 25 भी मुकम्मल हो चुका है. लेसन प्लान नंबर 26, टाइटल ऑफ द लेसन ब्रांचेस ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, यानी केमिस्ट्री की ब्रांचेस. सबसे पहले इसके जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. आफ्टर स्टडिंग दिस चैप्टर स्टूडेंट्स विल नाउ अबाउट डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस ऑफ केमिस्ट्री. स्टूडेंट विल बी एबल to differentiate between branches of chemistry. Students will know about the analytical chemistry and basic definitions of chemistry. Specific objectives हैं. The main purpose of this chapter is to know about atom, molecule, element, compounds and mixture, which are basic concept of chemistry. To know about specific behavior of carbon 12, its atomic weight and relative atomic mass. To know the basic difference between organs and inorganic chemistry. Teaching methodology में grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. The teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models. Aviates whiteboard, markers, chalk, charts, textbooks, duster, aviates, pictures, pencil, color markers. Previous knowledge. Teacher will tell them about the basic of science to know about what is chemistry, which science is struggle in it, to know how small particle called atom combines in different minor and make molecules, how atom behave with it and gains electron. Announcement of topic. Teacher will announce about the new chapter in introduction of chemistry. Teacher will tell about different behavior of science examples, physics, biology and chemistry. To know the basic components of a mixture. To know about atomic mass, nuclear mass and formulas mass and how they can be converted into grams atomic mass, gram molecular mass and gram formula mass. Presentation. Teacher will present the basic science related to chemistry. Teacher will tell about different branches of chemistry: organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, analytical chemistry, nuclear chemistry, biochemistry, industrial chemistry and environmental chemistry. To know the basic practical practical of elements and compounds. To know about new quantity of measuring the amount of substance known as mole. Teacher will tell how number is related to mole, how carbon 12 is important in chemistry, how atoms into as ion and free radical. Teacher will tell about elements and their symbols. Activity. Teacher will give activity to students to discuss the branches of chemistry, to write the characteristics of atoms, its behaviors when it make ions and radicals. To know how matter is formed, what is mixture, pure substance, elements and compound. To write some elements and their symbols. Homework. Teacher will give homework to students. They will identify the different branches of chemistry and the related study. They will define atoms, their combination, difference between compound and mixture, to write atomic number and mass number of some elements, to write empirical and molecular formula of elements. तो ये हमारा लेसन प्लान नंबर 26 भी मुकम्मल हो गया. अब चलते हैं लेसन प्लान नंबर 27 की तरफ. Lesson plan number 27, structure of atoms. General objectives. Teacher will tell the basic unit of meter which is called atoms. Matter, which teacher will tell how the atom is building blocks of matter. Teacher will tell about subatomic particles. Specific objectives. The main purpose of this chapter is to know the structure of atom, how these indivisible particles behave and how it was discovered at first time. To know the subatomic particles, including the location of proton, electron and neutron. To know what is isotope. Teaching methodology में grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. Teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models. Aviates whiteboard, markers, chalk, charts, textbooks, duster, aviates pictures, pencil, color markers. Previous knowledge. Teacher will about atom, its discovery and properties of atom. Teacher will tell how Rutherford made the development of atomic theory. Teacher will tell about subatomic particle and their location in the structure of atom. Teacher will tell about the regions where electron exist called shell. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce about new chapter and structure of atom. Teacher will tell about subatomic particle, their existence and regions where they exist around nucleus of an atom. Teacher will differentiate between shell and subshell. Presentation. Teacher will present the chapter by writing the name on board as structure of atom. Teacher will tell about the theories and experiments related to atomic structure. Teacher will tell how William Crook advert of cathode ray tube, how proton was discovered by Goldstein in 1886. Teacher will tell about Rutherford's atomic model in 1910, his important points. Teacher will tell about Bond's atomic model in 1930, his postulate and limitations. Teacher will tell about atom when they have different number of neutron called isotope. Activity. Teacher will give activity as student will discuss atoms in subatomic particles as electron, proton, neutron. Teacher will tell the students to write change on proton, electron and neutron. Student will write difference between shell and subshell. Student will write difference between Bohr's theory and Rutherford's theory. Homework. Teacher will give homework to students as students will write all discoveries of scientists, their name and dates. Student will write shell and their names as K, L, M and N and will write name of subshell as S, P, D and F. Students write electronic configuration of different elements. Students will define two drops. Students will write uses of isotopes. लेसन प्लान नंबर जो है अब बारी है 28 की. टॉपिक है पीरियोडिक टेबल एंड इट्स प्रॉपर्टीज़. इसके जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को देख लेते हैं. टीचर विल टेल अबाउट द नीड ऑफ पीरियोडिक टेबल. टीचर विल टेल अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ पीरियोडिक टेबल. Teacher will tell about the periodic and groups of periodic table. Teacher will tell the students about shape of periodic table. और specific objectives हैं. The main purpose of this chapter is to know about introduction to the classification of elements. Teacher will tell the student how 118 elements have been discovered. Teacher will tell about properties of different elements. Teacher will tell about how a Russian chemist discovered the periodic table in 1869, which was based on atomic mass of elements. Teaching methodology में grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. The teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models, aviates, writing, whiteboard, markers, chalks, charts, textbooks, duster, aviates, pictures, pencil, color markers. Previous knowledge. Teacher will tell the students about classification of elements and symbols of elements. Teacher will tell the students about the arrangements of elements in periodic table. Teacher will tell about the physical and chemical properties of elements. Teacher will tell about changes in properties along the periodic and group. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce the topic name as periodic table and productivity of properties among elements. Teacher will tell about older fashion of periodic table of elements. Teacher will tell about different block in periodic table which are as S block, P block and D block. Teacher will tell the students about the atomic size and the effects which affect this property. Presentation. Teacher will present the chapter by writing chapter name as periodic table and its properties. Teacher will tell about the need of classification of elements based on their different characteristics. Teacher will make blocks of periodic table on board as S, P, D block which show their valency shell. Teacher will about families of different elements as carbon family, oxygen family, nitrogen family, etc. Teacher will tell how electronic configuration is written and how it is related with position of electron on the periodic table. Teacher will explain the different characteristics of elements such as पॉइंट नंबर 1 और 2 देख सकते हैं, पॉइंट नंबर 3 भी देख सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट मैं देख रहा हूँ. टीचर विल एक्सप्लेन द चेंजेस ट्रेड्स अलॉन्ग द periodic and atom the group. Teacher will explain the difference between period and groups. Activity. Teacher will give homework to students. A student will write total number of group and period. They will write about the periodic table. They will discuss different blocks of periodic table. Homework. Teacher will give homework to students as they will write configuration of some elements as carbon, oxygen, boron, neutron. They will write all blocks, their name and periods which are included in a specific block. They will define atomic radius, electronegativity, shielding effect electron, affinity and ionization energy and their changes along the period and claim the group. तो यहाँ पर हमारा जो लेसन प्लान नंबर है 28 भी मुकम्मल हो गया. अब हम चलते हैं लेसन प्लान नंबर 29 की तरफ जो कि है स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल. लेसन प्लान नंबर 29 है स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल. General objectives. After studying this chapter, students will know how molecules are formed by a combination of some or different atomic. Students will know how chemical bonds are formed. They will come to know how atom make bonds using its valency electron. They will come to know about how atom get stable by making bonds. Specific objectives. The main purpose of this chapter is to know about bond making process by sharing valency electron. To know the types of bond which are ionic bond, covalent bond, covalent bond, or dative bond and metallic bond. To know about polar and non-polar bond. To now intermolecular forces. Teaching methodology है grammar translation method, PowerPoint presentation method, question answer technique. The teacher will teach the lesson with the help of models, aviates है, whiteboard, markers, chalk, charts, textbook, duster, aviates, pictures, pencil, color markers. Previous knowledge. Teacher should tell the students about bond formation and how elements stability by making bonds. Teacher will describe different possible method by which atoms can make bonds. Teacher will tell how atom is when it make anion and it make cation. Teacher will tell about metal bond formation metallic. Teacher will tell about ionic bond in Nile, which is common salt. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce about topic as writing on board, the chapter name, structure of molecular. Teacher will tell about nature of atom for getting stability and why atoms try to complete its valence electron. Teacher will tell how single, double and triple covalent bonds are formed in different compounds. Presentation है. Teacher will present the chapter by writing name of chapter on board and will tell today is new, which is structure of molecular. Teacher will tell students to draw diagram of atom, nuclear of atom and shell of atom where electrons move. Teacher will tell why noble gases are most stable in periodic table and why other elements try to get noble gas electronic configuration. Teacher will differentiate between tonic bond and covalent bond. Teacher will tell about complete transfer of electron from one atom to other atom, which is called ionic bond. Teacher will tell about intermolecular forces with ALE, dipole forces and hydrogen bonding. Activity here. Teacher will give activity of chapter as student will find reason why outermost valency electron participate in bond formation. They will discuss how atom complete the outermost shell by doublet or octal rule. They will draw the structure of covalent bond between two atoms and show it to leaders. Homework है. Students will find out which bond is present in Nil and H2O. Students will give reason why atoms form ionic and covalent bond. Students will search for boiling point of H2O and H2S. Give reason why H2S has 60 C boiling point, which H2O has a boiling point as 100. तो हमारा लेसन प्लान नंबर 29 भी मुकम्मल हो चुका है. अब हम चलते हैं लेसन प्लान नंबर 30 की तरफ, जो कि हमारा आज का सबसे आखिरी टॉपिक है, फिज़िकल स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर. टॉपिक है फिज़िकल स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर. इसके सबसे पहले जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स की तरफ चलते हैं. टीचर विल डिफाइन मैटर विद एग्जाम्पल एज everything which has mass and occupies space is called matter, like book, table, etc. Teacher will tell different stables of matter, which are gases, liquid, solid and plasma states. Teacher will tell about intermolecular forces present in different state of matter. ये थे इसके जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. अब हम चलते हैं इसके स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जेक्टिव्स की तरफ. द मेन पर्पज़ ऑफ दिस चैप्टर इज़ टू नाउ अबाउट मैटर एंड इट डिफरेंट स्टेट्स, टू नाउ अबाउट गैसेस, स्टेट ऑफ मैटर एंड प्रॉपर्टीज़ ऑफ मैटर व्हेन इट इज़ गैसेस फॉर्म, टू नाउ अबाउट intermolecular forces and factors which affect gases to convert it into other form of matter. टीचिंग इसमें मेथडोलॉजी वही है जो पहले हम लिखते आ रहे हैं. ग्रामर ट्रांसलेशन मेथड, पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन मेथड, क्वेश्चन आंसर टेक्निक. द टीचर विल टीच द लेसन विद द हेल्प ऑफ मॉडल्स. एविएट्स के तौर पर वाइट बोर्ड, मार्कर्स, चाक, चार्ट्स, टेक्स्ट बुक्स, डस्टर, एविएट्स, पिक्चर्स, पेंसिल्स, कलर मार्कर्स. Previous knowledge. Teacher will tell about the basic units of matter, atom, and how different molecular combine in different molecule, and how some are different molecular combine to form elements, and how they make matter which has mass and occupies space. Teacher will tell which states of matter exist in our planet, which are gas, liquid, and plasma. Teacher will tell about which kind of forces are present in different states of matter, either they are strong or weak. Announcement of the topic. Teacher will announce about topic as writing the name of chapter as physical state of matter. Teacher will announce about different laws of scientists about gases. Teacher will announce about graphical representation. Teacher will tell about different properties of liquid as evaporation, vapor proportion of boiling point. Teacher will tell about solute states and different forms of solids. अब हम बात कर लेते हैं इसके presentation की. Teacher will present new chapter as by writing the name of chapter on board and present matter from its basic unit atom. Teacher will present 3 different states of matter by making position on based and will compare different properties of solid, liquid, and gas as shock, valency, intermolecular forces, molecular arrangements, and kinetic energy of molecular. Teacher will make diagram of simple for measuring the pressure of gas. Teacher will present about different properties of liquid which are evaporation, vapor process, boiling points, freezing point, diffusion in liquid, density of liquid. Teacher will present all types of solids as पॉइंट नंबर 1, 2 और 3 देख सकते हैं. हम बढ़ते हैं जी अपने एक्टिविटी की तरफ. उसके बाद लास्ट में होमवर्क होगा. एक्टिविटी है द टीचर विल टेल द स्टूडेंट्स टू राइट बेसिक प्रॉपर्टीज़ ऑफ गैसेस, लिक्विड एंड सॉलिड्स. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है स्टूडेंट्स विल प्रैक्टिस द इक्वेशंस ऑफ गैसेस एंड देयर इफेक्ट्स ऑन ईच अदर. Students will analyze the vapor pressure and bounding points of liquid. Students will differentiate among different types of solids like amorphous and crystalline solids. लेक्चर के एंड पर जो मालूम है वो अपने स्टूडेंट्स को होमवर्क देगा. Students will write some examples of matter. They will compare different properties of all state of matter such as valency, intermolecular forces, kinetic energies, etc. Students will write about plasma, which is mixture of gases. Students will write about amorphous and crystalline form of solids. Students will search for allotropic form of oxygen, sulfur, and phosphorus. Students will draw the crystal structure of Neil given on page 104 book. तो ये थे जी हमारे आज के टॉपिक. आज मैंने आपके साथ लेसन प्लान नंबर 21 से 30 डिस्कस किया है. उसकी रिवीजन मैं आपको दोबारा से दिखा रहा हूँ। इस तरीके से आपने अपने लेसन प्लान्स जो हैं वो तैयार कर लेने हैं। आज का जो आज सरसरी सा मैं आपको टॉपिक्स आपके साथ शेयर करता हूँ। सबसे पहले हमने लेसन प्लान नंबर 21 डिस्कस किया, जिसका टाइटल था ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ लाइफ। उसके बाद हमारा जो लेसन प्लान नंबर 22 था वो था वायरस बैक्टीरिया के बारे में। लेसन प्लान नंबर 23 फंजाई और एलजी के बारे में। उसके बाद हमारा लेसन प्लान नंबर 24 था, जो कि था वर्टिब्रेट्स के बारे में, वर्टिब्रेट्स एंड इनवर्टिब्रेट्स। लेसन प्लान नंबर 25 हमारा था फूड एंड न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में। उसके बाद हमने बात की, नेक्स्ट हमारा टॉपिक था लेसन प्लान नंबर 26 का ब्रांचेस ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, केमिस्ट्री की ब्रांचेस। नेक्स्ट हमारा टॉपिक था जी स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एटम्स, लेसन प्लान नंबर 27 का। उसके बाद लेसन प्लान नंबर 28 पीरियोडिक टेबल हमने पढ़ा और उसकी प्रॉपर्टीज़ को देखा। उसके बाद हमारा टॉपिक था जी लेसन प्लान नंबर 29 स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल। और उसके बाद हमारा जो लास्ट टॉपिक था वो था लेसन प्लान नंबर 30 का फिज़िकल स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर। तो ये आज के जो है हमारे टॉपिक्स हैं। इससे कबल मैं आप लोगों के साथ लेसन प्लान नंबर 1 से लेके 10 तक, फिर 11 से लेके 20 तक, और आज हमने लेसन प्लान नंबर 21 से 30 तक आपके साथ शेयर किया है। कोशिश की है कि आसान लफ्ज़ों में आपको ये बनाकर दिखा दूँ, आपको समझा दूँ।